We start with baseball, specifically the Houston Cheaters. They've been the story of the allegedly, or not allegedly. They've been the story of the offseason.
Wait.
They promised to be the story of the regular season, and damned if they didn't dominate the news cycle today.
Come on, Sarah. I mean, let's be honest here. It was the news conference that the baseball world was waiting for.
Correct.
From L.A. and Dodgers fans to Boston's to Jays fans still pissed about rumors of a guy in a white shirt. The Houston Astros finally faced some sort of music today at their spring training facility in West Palm Beach. Now, there has been nearly as many half-assed apologies as there have been people coming after the Astros for their sign-stealing scandal. But today, Sid Sixero, the music was being played, and the Astros were standing dead center in front of that music, having to face it head on. Or three of them were, and maybe a fourth who wasn't involved in any way, shape, or form. The Astros, in all of their glory, in all of the intelligence assembled, fitting that I screwed up the word intelligence, in all the intelligence assembled.
I still have more respect for you
together
than the Astros.
And screwed.
Just so we're clear, I don't care what you say or don't say in the next couple of minutes.
The Astros put Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and their owner, Jim Crane, front and center in front of that music that I was talking about in the early analogy before I screwed everything up.
In front of the DJ on the dance floor, in front of all that music.
Mm-hmm. Start with Alex Bregman, who spoke from the heart, or a pre-written statement.
I am really sorry about the choices that were made by my team, by the organization, and by me. I have learned from this, and I hope to regain the trust of baseball fans. I would also like to thank the Astros fans for all of their support. We as a team are totally focused on moving forward to the 2020 season. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I need to point out that he was holding his hands Ricky Bobby style as he delivered this statement.
He really spoke from the heart. Alex Bregman, I was spoken to by PR. This is what I'm supposed to say. Robot, cheater, Bregman.
Hold on. At least that's an apology, right?
Of some type, yes.
That was an apology.
All right, I'll take that. Mm-hmm. So let's keep the apology train going. Yeah. Jose, get on the train, Jose Altuve. What say you?
We had a great team meeting last night, and I want to say that the whole Astros organization and the team feel bad about what happened in 2017. We especially feel remorse for the impact in our fans and the game of baseball. And our team is determined to move forward, to play with intensity, and to bring back a championship to Houston in 2020. Thank you.
Might I also point out, Dusty Baker is forced to sit up there with those three guys. For what reason, I have no idea.
He's the manager.
Is he the manager or the sacrificial lamb that they just brought to the slaughter and sat down beside the owner?
If there was someone who got sacrificed today, I'm pretty damn sure it wasn't Dusty Baker. The media showed up, and they had their eyes on a few people. Dusty Baker was not one of them.
All right, let's get to one of them, 6-0. On to Astros owner Jim Crane. Here's how he started his press conference with the media today. Mr. Crane.
Last month, when MLB announced the penalties to the Houston Astros, I issued an apology to our fans and the city of Houston. I want to say again how sorry our team is for what happened. I want to also repeat that this will never happen again on my watch.
There you go. It's never going to happen again on his watch.
Yeah, not on his watch,
Not on
Bub.
his watch.
Not on his watch.
It's over. Jim Crane. Giving us 2 tickets to the gun show, by the way. Jim Crane today.
In that golf shirt rolled up.
78-year-old guy could kick my ass. Let me knock, knock. Who's there? It's Crane.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It is Curls.
Man, if Jim Crane would ever walk into Crocodile Rock on a Thursday night, he's taking care of business. So there you go. Jim, what did you have to make? Is that the gun show noise? What are you doing right
doing
now?
curls.
You sound like a like a snake on steroids.
What that is when people go to the gym, you might know it as gime.
Jime.
Jime, yeah.
Jime.
When they go to the gym.
The Jime here at the Rogers
Sometimes
Building
when they exert themselves,
they go.
They exhale.
Is that the noise
while
they make? Really?
Exerting. You have no idea what this noise would
When's the last time you
sound
went
like.
to a Jime, Tim
my God.
McAuliffe?
Okay.
When's the last time Tim McAuliffe went to a Jime? Getting ready for
Understood. But the last time that
Club
I went to
World.
the gym was one more time than you have ever been to the gym.
At Tim and Sid. Do you ever hear this at a gym?
Yes. Yes.
What a
Yes.
what a bunch of malarkey.
Anyone who has
there.
ever been to a gym has heard that. Please don't further dig this hole for yourself. All right, so that's that. Your boy,
that's an apology.
Jime Crane.
That's
He's
an apology
good.
for Jim Crane.
Yeah, he's done.
Breaking
All right,
news.
hold
What's
on.
that? What's that? Okay.
He said
Crane wasn't done
No, he
talking
said-
after the apology. Jim Crane over to.
Our opinion is, that this didn't impact the game. We had a good team. We won the World Series, and we'll leave it at that.
What? Did he just say it didn't impact the game?
Can we re-rack the clip when the Jeopardy theme is done here?
You want to hear that one more time?
I gotta hear.
Okay, so he apologized,
Jimmy-
but then he kept talking. Jime Crane.
Our opinion is, that this didn't impact the game. We had a good team. We won the World Series, and we'll leave it at that.
Should have worked out another muscle. His brain.
Heyo.
So if it didn't impact the game, why did all these guys apologize today? Our dude, Jeff Passan, thankfully has our back.
Thank God for Jeff Passan.
And Jeff Passan asked a follow-up of Mr. Crane.
Jim, when talking about the Yankees there, did you say you feel like this didn't impact the game? And what do you mean by that?
I didn't say it didn't impact the game. Basically, as the commissioner said in his report, he's not going to go backwards. It's hard to determine how it impacted the game, if it impacted the game, and that's where we're going to leave it.
Well, that's where you're going to leave it. So the rest of the world? Well,
Tim, quickly, in terms of that last exchange, the owner of the Astros, whose team were hitting garbage bins because they were stealing signs for basically a year and a half. And
so far as you know.
And the code breaker, as far as Major League Baseball knows too, and the code breaker who was using a spreadsheet to tell the guy at second and first base what the signs were going to be at home plate to relay to the pitcher. That guy, within 2 seconds, went from it didn't affect the outcome of the game. Jeff Passan, follow-up question. He goes, I never said that. Having just said that. Jim Crane just said it had no impact on the game.
Correct.
Jeff, you have a question? No, I never said. I never said that it would have
Not
an
sure
impact.
how it impacted the game.
How dare you listen to my words during this press conference, Jeff Passan?
If you aren't sure how it affected the game, then why is every one of your dudes apologizing 2 seconds ago at the very same podium that you were standing at before you sat down to give us the gun show and in the clubhouse? If no one understands quite how it affected the game, why did all this happen?
I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry that we're in this situation today. We really feel really sorry. We're very sorry for what happened.
We broke the rules, and we're sorry. For that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry for what we did and how it was handled. I feel bad. We're sorry for it.
I am sorry. I'm remorseful. I regret it. I'm sorry for all the choices that we made. This team today is saying we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. And that's what today's about. We're sorry.
We feel bad. We feel bad. We feel bad. They all feel bad. We all feel bad. We feel bad.
We regret everything. This will never happen again.
A lot of guys have regret.
A lot of guys are sorry.
Yep.
A lot of guys feel bad.
About what?
I don't know.
What? Feel
We're
bad
not
about-
sure if it affected the game.
They didn't mention anything today in terms of what was said, what happened during the moments of cheating. It was all about the apologies today.
You want to go back to Jim Crane, your boy? There were more questions.
I want nothing more than to go back to Jim Crane right now.
There were more questions for your boy Jim Crane.
Oh, he's the one to answer them.
And don't worry, my guy was coming across much, much better.
May I ask, is it cheating?
Excuse me?
Do you use the word cheating? Was this cheating?
We broke the rules, and you can phrase that any way you want.
You've referenced the report a couple of times. I believe the report suggests that A.J. Hinch was against this, what was going on, and that to some degree it was happening without Jeff Lunau's knowledge, and yet those two guys got suspended and ultimately fired by you. You empowered those guys. You hired those guys. You set the culture for the organization. Should you have been punished as well?
Well, clearly the report states that I didn't know about it. Had I known about it, I certainly would have done something about it.
So, Jim, do you think you should be held accountable?
No, I don't think I should be held accountable. I'm here to correct it, and I'm here to take this team forward with Dusty and James. And as I said, it won't happen again on my watch.
Jim, sign stealing is a distinct advantage for the hitter. So how is it that it doesn't affect competition? So then what are you guys apologizing for?
We're apologizing because we broke the rules.
But isn't sign stealing a distinct advantage for the hitter, so doesn't it automatically impact competition?
It could possibly do that. It could possibly not.
You ever watch an old school battle royal in wrestling where there's like one person left in the ring and there's 5 others who've come to an agreement?
My brain hurts. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The media were the other wrestlers.
and Jim Crane was standing in the
like
ring.
one of the bushwhackers. Just getting Luke or Butch, I don't care which one you want to pick, just getting destroyed by this cavalcade of people who are both good reporters and can listen, like Marley Rivera.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, we give you the right baseball reporters. Jeff Passan and then Marley Rivera there. Ken Rosenthal a little later on in the show.
That's the last press conference anyone wants to have if that's the people watching you.
It's a good analogy.
Parsing your every... Because you know what it is, right?
It's a handicap match.
Because you see it. Yeah, like Andre the Giant, except like Jim Crane's not good at his job. It's in the middle of the ring.
Right. They've tied his hand behind his back.
And like Hillbilly Jim is talking to Big John Studd, and everyone's like, how are we going to attack this guy?
Yeah.
But it really isn't that complicated. Just you hit him high, I hit him low, and hopefully we can get Jim Crane out of the ring. That's all that happened today. It was a 5-on-1 in a battle royal, and Jim Crane was ill-equipped to handle every ounce of this because he might be the dumbest owner in baseball.
It's pronounced battle royale. All right, let's hear from the Astros players in the clubhouse after that train wreck of a press conference.
But don't forget we're humans, and life is about, making mistakes and learn from that, I guarantee you this is not going to happen again.
I'm sorry for all the choices that we made. As a team, as an organization, myself, and you have to move forward when things like that happen, and that's what we're trying to do.
It is what it is. It happened, and we ask for the forgiveness of everybody, and we just move on and try to move forward to 2020 and focus on winning.
Josh, how do you guys prepare for what you're going to face on the road?
Win. We win. We win. We shut everybody up.
Thanks, Sherlock. Thanks.
Wonder if that'll stop the fastballs to the ribs.
You can't make that statement with a haircut like Lloyd Christmas. Right? You can't do that.
Sid, I got this tweet earlier today from Ryan Graham. When I get home from work, sit down and crack a cold Coca-Cola and turn you boys on. I expect Sid Cicero, that you destroy this clown. The link is to the video of your boy, Jim Crane. Hashtag get him Sid. Can you tell me what in the good name of Terry Poole happened here?
Am I allowed to hit that button? Because I just need another 20 seconds or so. I need another 20 seconds.
Cicero gathering his thoughts, doing a couple curls mentally.
As I always do. Just doing it in my head.
Are you good to go?
All right. They are all liar faces. Jim Crane, liar. Jose Altuve, all 5'1" of them, liar. Alex Bregman, former second overall pick, liar. Josh Reddick, mediocre ball player, liar. Carlos Correa should know better than to talk the way he talked today because he's a liar. Justin Verlander, who was given leads after being traded to this team, who was given advantages after being traded to this team and benefited off those, and all of a sudden his career was back, liar. Every single guy in that room, except for Dusty Baker and the new GM from Tampa, is a liar. And this story, here's what gives me joy today, Tim. The only thing. This story isn't over.
No.
Because Jose Altuve was wearing something when he went deep on Chapman, Game 6 of the ALCS. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. That clown begged his teammates not to rip his jersey off, and he went back to the dugout and got a new shirt. Not because he's shy, not because his wife didn't want him to expose his bosom. That guy's a liar. They were wearing buzzers the entire time. Major League Baseball is covering this up. They've ignored it for the 2019 season, and it brings me joy in the deepest parts of my heart to know that one of the journalists on this beat, whether it's Ken Rosenthal, Evan Drellich, Jeff Passan, someone working for the Wall Street Journal, Barry's Verluga for the Post, this story about 2019 and buzzers is coming out because this team isn't smart enough to keep this a secret for much longer. And when this comes out, when the story is written, when you and I are on this desk, Rob Manfred should resign because he oversaw all of this. Instant replay was him. Ignoring 2019 was him. Not suspending any players was him. Jim Crane should sell the team, and Rob Manfred's going to step down as commissioner of Major League Baseball when they confirm through the media that those guys were wearing buzzers during the 2019 season. Who the hell is sitting on a slider from Aroldis Chapman in Game 6? Aroldis Chapman has pitched 3 times in that ballpark. Twice, he's given up walk-off hits. You think that's a coincidence? You think that's a coincidence? Aroldis Chapman's going to the Hall of Fame. You think that's a coincidence? The Astros got him twice like that?
Maybe I shouldn't have read that email.
The story's coming out. Blood has just begun to be spilled. That organization is going to pay for it for the next 20 years. And when we find out buzzers were in use and MLB overlooked it.
Oh, but hold on.
Jobs will be lost.
They asked Aaron Boone yesterday. He's okay.
I didn't even see this clip. They asked Aaron Boone about this?
Yeah, they asked Aaron Boone about buzzers, and I'm pretty sure he answered that he was confident that nothing happened. Here's Aaron Boone.
Are you fully convinced that the Astros were not using any sort of devices in last year's ALCS?
No. I mean that's certainly one of those great unknowns, and certainly, I've spent time, as I'm sure a lot of people have, wondering all the things that could have potentially been going on, and probably will never know for sure, frankly.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't be so sure that you might not ever find out. There are a lot of people sniffing around this, and the Houston Astros had, 23, 31 days, depending on how you break down when they got this decision and when they said they would make their apology, to come up with a good way to help get this under the carpet, right? They had a lot of time.
You would think.
to come up with a solid plan to not look like D-bags that were trying to cheat the entire game. And what happened today was they failed miserably at it. And you aren't the only guy that is going to be mad at this. There are going to be people across North America who will dig a little deeper to see if they can't find what was indeed underneath Jose Altuve's jersey and whether or not he didn't want that jersey torn off because he didn't want his man breast shown to the world or because he had something on.
This is the theme of today. This isn't over.
No.
A.J. Hinch was asked by Tom Verducci on MLB Network, were there buzzers? A.J. Hinch's reply, MLB had an investigation and they concluded what they concluded. The Yankees feel they were screwed. This isn't over. Brian Cashman thinks he was screwed. This isn't over. Every other player who has nothing to do with this team is furious at the Houston Astros. The whistleblowers are not done coming forward. This isn't over. They are going on the road to Oakland and Anaheim in their first 2 road series of the year. Do you know how many Dodger fans are going to be at those series? Mm-hmm. Do you know how hilarious Oakland A fans are? They'll be banging trash cans in right field.
Yeah.
This isn't over. Guys are going to get thrown at in spring and Major League Baseball's regular season. This isn't over.